for your people that voted for you. And because you don't want to die, step aside. Because that's what the job entails. Any politician that is not behaving like Sim Fubara, who will resist and protest when his rights are trampled upon, knowing that our judicial system, knowing that our electoral system have failed us, that any politician who will not stand his ground, no matter the risk to his person, I said I will not speak for that politician again, and I maintain it. And you can see what is happening, because we can't go forward. We calm down. If Sim Fubara has been saying calm down, do you know where Rivers State would have been? He said he's ready for them. He's fully prepared. The election must go on. The election must hold. Winners must be declared. They will be sworn in. And whatever is going to happen, let it happen. I am looking for leaders who would say nobody will rig my election, and if you rig my election, I will fight. Nigerians, come out and fight. If they kill anybody, let them kill all of us.
Welcome to my channel, where we discuss everything and all things politics, economy, and development in Nigeria and around the world. That was the voice of Kenneth Okonkwo, Nollywood actor, who was the spokesperson of Peter Obi, the Labour Party presidential candidate in the 2023 presidential election. Kenneth Okonkwo was a spokesperson for Peter Obi. He was not the only spokesperson for Peter Obi. There were several others. But he is the one that is always dragging Peter Obi with every opportunity that he sees. He was not the only spokesperson of a presidential candidate that have parted ways with their principal after the election. One of the spokespersons of Atiku Abubakar, the presidential candidate of the PDP, is Daniel Buala. Daniel Buala is now for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The man he said so many things about towards the election and after the election, but he is now a praise singer for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. You hardly see Daniel Buala always dragging Atiku Abubakar. He has moved on. He has moved on. Daniel Buala had moved on. He is now in the camp of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who obviously his bread are buttered, or his bread is buttered. You have Reno Omokri, who campaigned vigorously for Atiku Abubakar. Reno Omokri is now in the same bed with Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration. You hardly see Reno Omokri talking bad about Atiku Abubakar. They have parted ways. Okay? Reno Omokri, if you see him now, the only person he attacks is Peter Obi. The only presidential candidate he attacks is Peter Obi. And then people of anybody of Igbo origin. But Kenneth Okonkwo, he said he don't want to speak for Peter Obi. Fine and good. Why do you have to drag his name? Why do you have to always send in innuendos concerning him? Move on. Nobody is begging you to speak for Peter Obi. You are not the one that made Peter Obi a sensation, a national phenomenon. You are not. It is not because you were a spokesperson that made Peter Obi. It was his integrity that made him what he is today. It is his capacity to fight and fight injustice meted to him. When his election was rigged in Anambra State, he went to court. He followed the judicial process. He went to court to reclaim his mandate. It was because of Peter Obi that we have staggered election in Nigeria today. Because Peter Obi said, I no go agree. But he followed the law. He went to court. And the court reinstated him. And when he became governor, he was impeached because of his uncompromising stand on integrity. The Supreme Court brought him back. He was barely 1 year in office when the INEC went on to conduct another election in Anambra State. Peter Obi went to court again. And the court said no. The tenure of a governor starts from the day he was sworn in. It was because of Peter Obi. Now you have staggered election. And Peter Obi became the first governor in Anambra State history to be re-elected. Peter Obi fought the godfathers. If you know what it means to fight the godfathers in Anambra State, even till this day, the godfathers of Anambra are some of the most difficult set of godfathers you can fight and confront. Peter Obi was able to run Anambra, even with all the godfathers, most of them billionaires, and he did it successfully. So to say that you will not speak for Peter Obi again, because Peter Obi will not defend his mandate. He said, I don't want that Peter, I don't want to die, that you don't want to die. He said, if you don't want to die, step aside. What brought about the issue of dying? After election, which we all agreed was stolen from Peter Obi. What do you want Peter Obi to do? Is you want Peter Obi to lead a march so that you'll be arrested like MKO Abiola and perhaps die in prison. So that shows you the strength. That it means that then you are a defiant person. And the comparison with Fubara, who is a sitting governor, and with Peter Obi, who is not a sitting authority. Peter Obi is a former governor. He's a former governor. So you expect him to, after that election, to call out to the youth of Nigeria so that they will come to the street and die. No. When Nigerians have given their mandate, it is the responsibility of the Nigerian people, if truly they want a change, to say enough is enough. Because if Nigerians were determined, they were not divided by religion and ethnicity, and they stormed the street after INEC did what he did in that election, they would have been able to force the government of the day to either cancel the election, or that there will be no swearing in of the winner of the election as announced by INEC. Several countries have done it. But you don't expect the victim the major victim, that is Peter Obi, because all Nigerians were victims. Because look at what we are suffering today in Nigeria. If that election had gone the way of according to the will of the Nigerian people, even if they are suffering, they will know that they are suffering because of a government that they put in place. But Peter Obi would have been a better alternative than what we have right now. There is no debate about that. But it's high time that Kenneth Okonkwo stop dragging Peter Obi into this type of matter. Peter Obi followed all the due process, and that had been the practice in Nigeria since 1999. When you are aggrieved about the electoral outcome, you go to court. Peter Obi pursued the matter to the Supreme Court. What else do you expect the aggrieved to do? That Peter Obi should have led a protest and say, if I die, let me die. Let me tell you, from my understanding of Peter Obi, he's a man who is ready to die for Nigeria, no doubt about it. But he's not somebody to die the death of blame. No. I will not be surprised that Peter Obi had read the mood of Nigerians, that they were ready to accept the situation. Nigerians were not ready to protest. Nigerians were not ready to die. And Peter Obi himself don't want anybody to die. It was Goodluck Jonathan that said that his ambition is not worth the blood of any Nigerian. But invariably, Kenneth Okonkwo wants the ambition of Peter Obi to watch the blood of not only himself, but the blood of other Nigerians. That's not the right way to go. That is not the philosophy behind democratic change. That's not the philosophy behind the kind of peaceful democratic change that was espoused by people like Gandhi, people like Martin Luther King, Nelson Mandela. Forget about that. Nelson Mandela was the leader of ANC that was eventually accused of terrorism. But if you see the attitude of Nelson Mandela when he came out, you know that he is somebody who liked peaceful transition, peaceful change. But let us set aside Nelson Mandela. But if you are talking about peaceful change, you are talking about Gandhi, you are talking about Martin Luther King Jr. That is the direction to go. Even in 2027, if Peter Obi comes out again and Nigerians voted for him and Nigerians are not ready to defend their vote, what happened in 2023 will also happen again. That is the truth. It is the Nigerians who want change that will say enough is enough. And the authorities themselves will get the signal and know that their time is up. It is only the Nigerian people, not an individual. An individual could be the rallying point, but that will not be the final solution. It is the Nigerian people. It is the Nigerian people that will say enough is enough. We are sick and tired of this corruption. We are sick and tired of this poverty in this nation. We are sick and tired of a rich nation being the poverty capital of the world. We are sick and tired of insecurity, whereby Farmers cannot access their farms. People cannot travel on Nigerian roads. So enough is enough. We don't want you because you have failed to deliver. That is when change will come. That is the change that when they happen, people will ensure that their vote matters. Even INEC will be scared to rig the election because it will be obvious when Nigerians will want a change, even the atmosphere will be giving the signal that the leaders, some of them will be fleeing from the country, knowing that the atmosphere, what they will be hearing from people around them, they will know that the game is up, that the election that is coming must be upheld in line with the will of the Nigerian people. The atmosphere, they will see it. It will be obvious to those who are expert in rigging and manipulation of the political process. When Nigerian people say enough is enough, they will set aside religion, they will set aside ethnicity. When that day comes, even the INEC people will book their plane ready to either flee the country or stay, because Nigerian people will say, no, our vote must count. Until Nigerian people are ready for this, that nobody should be singled out as to be blamed for not enforcement of his mandate. What do you use to enforce your mandate? What do you do? To rally people to go and die? No, that's not the right democratic process. The right democratic process is to go to court, up to the Supreme Court if it's the presidential election matter. And that will be the end of the matter. That's the proper thing to do. But when Nigerians themselves have suffered enough and want real change, even INEC rigging the election will not help the beneficiary of that rigging. That is when you have the turning point that people are looking for. Until then, nobody should be crucified for following the due process. Nigerians are reputed for their resilience. So that is what the politicians are still taking advantage of, the resiliency of Nigerians. That's what is happening right now. So do not blame Peter Obi. It's not Peter Obi's fault. He did everything that needed to be done. It is left for the Nigerian people to say enough is enough. Until that day, we have to continue to live with whatever these people serve us. At least until Nigerians say enough is enough. That's my take on this. And if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, Google will rank it high and recommend it for more people. Thank you, and God bless you and yours.